Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a new Super 69 EV film. And this is the second to last installment in the My Next Car series. Because I have bought a new car. Currently it's Tuesday morning, the 25th of November. I will be picking it up this Friday. I cannot wait. I'm not sleeping very well at the moment because I'm so excited to pick up my new car. I'll tell you everything about it in due course, so stay tuned. But this video is about a car that I didn't buy and my reasons why I did. As a lot of people know, I work at Kallenhaat, used to be Bergwerf BMW, and we are a BMW service partner and Mini as well. So it would make sense for me to keep on driving a BMW or Mini, but I haven't. And the reasons why I haven't bought a Mini, to go into this in this video. The second one will be why I didn't buy a BMW. But the Mini one is, I'm saying BMW because that's how you should pronounce it. BMW. The reason why I didn't buy a Mini though is, let's wind back. I absolutely adore Minis. My mom and my grandma drove R50 Coopers, not S's, but normal Cooper one, back in 2005, 2006. I just had my license. I drove the wheels off it, not literally, but I really learned to appreciate a great chassis and have a lot of fun with it. After 15 years, 2020, I took on the Mini of my grandma. I did some stuff to it and then I sold it because it was actually a bit too nice for me. Should have kept it maybe, but hey, what you gonna do? Last year I bought the infamous Mini John Cooper Works, which had the Redley stupid PSA engine, but the chassis on that car was amazing as well, and it had the power to back it up. So it was a quick car which drove tremendous and it looked the part. My mom currently drives a Mini F56 John Cooper Works, which I sourced for her, and my dad and I took it on some trips, so I have a lot of experience with that chassis as well, and I absolutely love it. It might not be the best looking Mini, but it rides great, and it's more a small BMW than a basic Mini. But I can't buy those anymore, and if I should buy a second-hand lightly used Mini from the last generation, I will be stuck with an even smaller battery than I'm currently stuck with. So that's not the way to go, in my opinion. But then we get to the new ones, because Mini has currently 3 cars for sale. Let's start from top to bottom. The Countryman. I really like the looks of it. I know not a lot of people do. They're a bit Marmite, but I like them. They look good. They drive very well. But I find them just too big. They're heavy cars. They're very big. If you spec the XL package, you get massaging seats, but they're still a bit short. That's not the biggest problem I have with them, but they are a bit short on the seating, and you have to have a panoramic roof and tinted windows. I don't want tinted windows and a panoramic roof. Either or I could maybe even live with, but not both. I don't like those things in cars, and I really don't like it when I have to pick them. So, but that is the only option to get like the good infotainment and the good headlights and everything. So you need to spec it. And a Countryman electric is an expensive car. It is, of course it is, because it's BMW X1 size, so it's normally that it's an expensive car. But I find them a bit too expensive, and the depreciation on them is horrendous. So that was another reason for me not to get one. I do get why people would buy it though. So, no Mini Countryman for me. Then we get to the second largest offering from Mini, which is the Mini Aceman. Completely new model. It is the yeah, it's basically former Countryman size. I do like the styling of it, especially with the John Cooper Works package, but it's so heavy for such a small car. It's close to 1700 kilograms. And again, if you want the XL package, you have to take a panoramic roof and tinted windows and everything in between. So, not ideal, because the panoramic roof also cannot open. It's just a slab of glass in the top of the car, which I really don't like. If you can open it, maybe there's a point, but when it doesn't open, I just don't see the point. And it is, again, it's pretty expensive. There is a John Cooper Works version now, which is a bit quicker, but it weighs almost 1700 kilos. And it's a pretty small car for the size. It's just too heavy and too expensive. And I do like the quirky looks, but I'm not sold on the interior with the single screen and the total lack of buttons. So, again, not my first choice. And that only leaves the hatchback. The 3-door hatchback. When it was revealed, I really rated the looks of it. From the outside, I think it looks tremendous. And me being, Alpina XT3. Nice. I really, really, really like the looks of it from the outside. Not salty on the interior, but I thought, hey, let's wait till I've driven one and then I can pass judgment on the interior and how it drives. I haven't driven the John Cooper Works. I did drive the SE and the E versions. The E would have a too small a battery, so that's not really an option. But the SE version, or the John Cooper Works version, that's big enough for me. It doesn't charge really quick. It has a peak speed of 95, which isn't perfect. And it's very expensive because it's made in China and it's built through a joint venture. And BMW has to pay a lot of import taxes on them. So they are pretty expensive, but second hand, they depreciate like a brick. So it's not the worst. You could buy a lightly used one pretty cheaply. But, and of course there's a big but in this case, I don't get on with the infotainment system, and it's just not what I'm looking for in a car. And what is even more important, and what I really cannot state enough, is the weight. The hatchback also weighs 1660 kilograms, and when you have like a very big car like a Porsche Taycan or Panamera or something like that, and you have a tremendous air suspension and you have like all this clever technology, you can somewhat mask that weight. People could have the feeling that they are driving the car and that weight isn't the biggest problem. But with a Mini with such a short wheelbase and normal dampers, you just cannot. And almost 1700 kilos really gets on it. And you feel it everywhere, and it's not as much fun to drive, and it doesn't remind me of old Minis as it should. So, that is for me the main reason not to buy a Mini, because it's not good enough at doing the stuff that a Mini should be good at. And maybe I'm a bit harsh on it, but I really like the looks with the John Cooper Works package and the John Cooper Works version with 200 and around 260 horsepower. That would be plenty for me. Plenty. Even I don't need that much power. I'm always in traffic jams, so I'm driving like 20% of the power I'm using. So no problem there. But a Mini that's not good at doing Mini stuff, why would I buy one? And that is a bit of what a lot of people are thinking, because of course there are a lot of people that are leasing those cars, and the leasing rates, especially in Germany, are very competitive, and you can get into one for not a lot of money and you drive a really good looking car. And if you're not like a sad pathetic car nerd like me and you just buy a car for the looks and what it can do for you, then you will have a tremendous car when you buy a Mini, because they look cool and there's a bit of status combined with them, and they do everything that you want them to. So I get that a lot of people still buy them, and it's not a bad car by any means, but it's just not for me. So, in this second to last episode of the My Next Car series, these are my reasons for not buying a Mini. Next up, BMW. And after that, I will reveal my new car to you. So please subscribe to not miss any of it. And I see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.